Aquarius, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. I hope you're well. We're in Cancer season. We are headed into a full moon in Capricorn. Pluto is in retrograde and Neptune just went into retrograde. We're going to be having a couple retrogrades pop up this month. Retrograde just really slows down the pace of how things move, or it encourages us to do so. If we don't, it can bite us in the butt. That's kind of the moral of the story with any retrograde. And with Neptune in retrograde in Aries, it's really forcing us to kind of connect with and understand what our intuition is trying to tell us around situations, dynamics. Pluto in Aquarius in retrograde talks a lot about how things are changing, right? Things are changing, hopefully for the better, or ultimately for the better. Maybe in the moment of the change, it's not feeling so great. But there is this idea that friendships, community, relationships are being highlighted. How are they serving us? How are they supporting whatever our dreams, hopes, wishes are to be fulfilled? And if that's not happening, then things are really being shaken up right now. It's not been so bad, Cancer season. I think Cancer brings water element, it's emotion, it's feeling, it can be a lot of feels. But at the same time, we're feeling more grounded, more supported within self, understanding what's happening, being able to read through the line or in between the lines to understand better. Maybe we need a little bit more confirmation and are giving someone something time to kind of prove themselves, etc. But there is this watchful energy, and that's really why I like to start the readings off with an energy cleansing, because it just helps set the tone, set the vibe. It also helps cleanse out some of those areas we're feeling blocked or limited. It's a great time to set your own intention, Aquarius, especially if you've come into this with something on your heart or mind that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over and be open to receive. It is a really great way to personalize these collective readings, and it also works. So Spirit loves to speak to us as long as we're open to receive. And not everything is going to resonate, you know the gist, but just take what fits, leave the rest behind. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services, and readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're looking for more of a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are aligned in self, when we know who we are, what we want, how we want our life to look, that's where we manifest happiness, abundance from, fulfillment, etc. And we all deserve it, right? We all deserve to know who we are, know what we want. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible. So definitely hit me up, Aquarius. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Aquarius. So I'm hearing you kind of rein it in a little bit. Don't hate me for saying that. But I feel like you're moving through something. It feels like you've finally gotten some clarity around a person situation. Your opinion is very decided in this moment in time. And you're okay with it. I feel like it's taken a lot to get here, for sure. Maybe it hasn't been this overnight epiphany or whatever, but you're at this point where you're just ready to move on from something. You're recognizing that it is a chapter closing. And I do feel like your energy is done and over with it. Hence why I was picking up that vibe. Oh, I love it. The cards never lie. We get the divorce and your overarching energy, not making light, because breakups, it doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be a marriage. This can be friends. It's family. It's anyone that you're creating space with. It's never an easy thing to do. And that's what I'm hearing. Like, don't miss the lesson. That was my original, like, what I was picking up. Don't miss the lesson. Yeah. Like, I think when you're at the end of something like this, when anybody comes to the point of like being done and over with a situation, ready to leave it behind, you're kind of over it, right? I feel like you've had a little bit of distance between you and this person's situation. It's given you the clarity that you needed. It's allowed you to see the patterns and the cycles that have been ever present. You're picking up on someone's bad behavior, or just someone who I feel like is having a really hard time. I don't know, like, you're just not getting what you want, what you need out of this dynamic. And it's affecting you. Maybe it's not full blown in your face, destroying your life. I don't get that vibe, but it's just been enough where it's just like, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. This doesn't resonate with me anymore. There is essentially an impasse between you and someone else. It looks like it's kind of messed with you a little bit. Yeah. Like your emotions, maybe you put a lot of emphasis on this person's situation, that it was going to deliver a certain result, a lot of hope, a lot of ideal. And I think there's a lot of disappointment that goes with this. But like I said, it's not in the way that you're holding on, because you do feel very done and over with it. And I'm even hearing for some of you this week is that quote unquote straw that breaks the camel's back. Something happens that you're just like so turned off by. That's what I keep getting. So turned off by how someone is behaving. 5 of Pentacles is when we feel so left out, and it's like, oh, it's it's very much victim mentality. It's woe is me. My life is so hard. And yeah, like for sure, life is crazy, etc. But this is someone who is constantly in that state. This is something that's never helping themselves, that's never making it better, that might even be making creating more sabotage, more chaos. I feel like you've actually been experiencing this a little bit more firsthand, where every time you do get together, there's something that's happening that's, again, such a turnoff that you're just not vibing with it. You're not vibing with it. Sorry, I said again like a million times. I'm working not to repeat myself. Okay, so 4 of Cups. Yes, obviously, someone's taking this dynamic for granted, not on the same page. You're at a point where, like, you have enough going on that you no longer can sustain whatever, like their ego, their pride. Like, you just don't have energy to put into this dynamic. And because they're not really willing to give, I don't know, they're just more focused on other things. And I feel like you're just vibing in very different ways. You have very different perspectives. I don't know if this person is like manipulating the situation. Like I feel like they're skeeting out of responsibility, and it's like, what I will say is it's showing it is a little difficult, because you do like them, or you do have something attached to this that makes it interesting to want to be around it. But I'm also seeing that you can't win, like your approach, you've taken different approaches to kind of see if you could shift, adjust the energy, make it work out a little bit better for everyone involved. And they're still not taking the bait, so to speak. It's not like you're doing something wrong. I just feel like no matter what you do, this person's situation is not going to give you the time, attention, maybe even respect that you deserve. It looks like they're backing down from what they said. I feel like this is someone who's really good at talking spitting a good game. How about that one? Yeah, they say the right things to make you like, oh, but their follow through is lacking. And there's something about this that, like, something outside of this comes into play. And I feel like this is for whatever you're dealing with. It kind of renews the energy where someone, they get excited, like they get this new invigorating feeling to try, but it's not your vibe. Like something like is inspiring to this person's situation. Maybe there's an offer that comes their way, and they have to make a choice. Now they have to make a decision. It's not a decision that you want them to make, or even that they were telling you. Like there was no hint of this. Like you kind of just took them at their word, and you had certain expectations about what they were going to do. And it feels like they're just completely going against the grain, and almost to the point of like in the opposite direction, which is exactly confirming why like this no longer works for you, right? Like, I mean, I'm seeing that like it's just coming to an end regardless. You might be more willing to work with them than they are with you, because what I'm seeing is it's like basically they're not participating in this with you in a appropriate way, or in a way that makes you feel like it's a relationship, two people contributing. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like their world, right? And then and I again, like you're just trying to understand them, you're just trying to even maybe give them some options, etc. I do think that you are a little bit over it. I do think a lot of the things that they're doing is distasteful. I'm not sure if this decision that they make is a complete like pulling the rug from underneath you, because I don't know that it affects you directly, but it's a shell shock. It's like, wow, I didn't even see that. Like it came out of left field, and they're making a decision about something that they have to do because someone has told them that's their only option. Like there looks to be like there's an outside influence kind of playing into this, and you're not on the sidelines because maybe you are, because you're not directly involved in whatever conversations are happening. You're not directly involved. And maybe to this point, you've just, like I said, taken them at your word. It feels like, I don't think you're disappointed so much, because I feel like you're very clear about this. But I think that it's obviously not what you wanted. It's not how you wanted it to go. It feels like a blessing in disguise. It might not come off that way initially. That might be where you're seeing the disconnect, etc. But try to open your heart. Try to see the silver lining. Usually, what do they say? Rejection is redirection. So if someone's like going completely in the opposite direction, there's a reason for that. And maybe it's just you're not meant to go along, right? What messages am I delivering to myself? The messages I deliver to myself is nothing but knowing my true self. When I know my true inner self, kindness, love, and peace flow inside of me. So I just feel like this is being very clear about like what you think and feel versus what they think and feel. Because like I said, they're in their own world. They're going to do their own things regardless of what they've told you, regardless of what they've committed to you in the past. And I feel like that's where you're a little thrown off, because again, you're trusting, believing this person, right? But at the same time, when we just accept, when we can understand where the cracks have been and the disconnects, it's going to help alleviate some of that responsibility, right, that we put on ourselves. Nothing can stop me if I want to be who I really am. Being who I am is a gift of life. When I look for my real self with truth, love, and awareness, nothing can stop me. Being myself is the real freedom of life. I love this energy for you, Aquarius, because it is about embracing yourself. Maybe you're feeling like they're rejecting you because you're not doing what they want you to do, and you're actually being authentic. But again, that's kind of where the blessing, the silver lining comes into play. I respect everyone around me, even if they're not respecting you. I observe everything around me. I respect nature, people, and animals. When I am kind and accepting, I feel peace and respect within myself. We've been getting this energy a lot, and I feel like this is Pluto moving into Aquarius, Pluto in retrograde. It's changing things, and we really have to just let bygones be bygones, even if we don't agree, even if we think it's like inappropriate or whatever. It's better just not judge the behavior. We can say, hey, this doesn't work for me, and I'm going to go choose something else, and let people do what they need to do, right? Their life is not your life, and vice versa. And I don't feel like there's a heavy judgment, but I feel like there was a lot of expectations, and the places that this situation dynamic is no longer delivering, that's kind of where you're feeling like, okay, now I got to readjust. It might be a little bit of a buzzkill, but like I said, I think there's a lot coming in for you, Aquarius, it's going to make this all make sense, and it's better fit. It's better suited for you. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.